Bowie, Maryland's Zion Johnson is a left guard extraordinaire for the Eagles. And we got several things here to discuss. But, Zion, first of all, welcome to the show. Great to have you with us. And it's kind of midweek prep for the Seminoles on Saturday, I'm guessing, huh?
Yeah, glad to be here. We're getting to work. We got a Wednesday practice today. As people usually know, Tuesday and Wednesday are usually teams, padded practices. We're really, having physical practices, getting at it. So we're getting ready.
For all those boys down there in the Sunshine State, you want to tell them what the high is going to be Saturday?
I don't know. I just know it's going to be cold, but that's nothing new around here.
I mean, you get both Florida State and Wake Forest coming up there in the nice, chilly, crisp temperatures at Chestnut Hill. But I tell you what, I know you guys are thrilled to have Phil Jakovic back because it does change your offense. But, man, offensively, you guys have been able to throw it. You've been able to run it. It's got to be fun playing that offensive line now. You guys are getting the job done.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely fun. For the offensive line, whenever the offense is doing well, whenever we're throwing it well, whenever we're running it well, we're happy. And, it's been great to have Phil back. Dennis, when he stepped in, did a pretty good job. But, it's always great to have, the guy we had last year back in. Phil's a great leader. And, as a team, we just really respect him.
All right, Zion, a couple of weeks ago, right after Phil came back, in the Friday night game against Virginia Tech, Coach Hafley was with us the next week, and he was talking about, we were kind of, we weren't sure. We thought Phil would be back, and then it worked out the week of the game that he was able to take snaps. All right, so take us inside. When you saw number 5 come back and start taking real reps in practice, did everything start to change a little bit for you guys?
I mean, for the offensive line in particular, the way we look at it is whoever's back there, we're going to do our best to protect them. We're going to do our best to, clear out lanes in the running game. But, there is an added sense of confidence just knowing what Phil has been through, knowing that, he pretty much played all of last season and then very early on in the season, lost a lot of games due to injury. It felt great to have, our starter back. And, we really missed him. But, Dennis did a great job. But, Phil, as we saw last week, is a very special guy. So,
Zion, you guys go undefeated in September. October was a winless month. Now, all of a sudden, we're rolling again. Your quarterback's back. Do you get a sense that, I know we only got 2 regular season games left, but do you get a sense that, hey, you know what? We're a dangerous team. We're playing with a ton of confidence, almost as if, hey, October was kind of a misnomer that we really are an 8, 9, or 10-win team.
I mean, we've really never strayed from how we felt about our team. I mean, Coach Hafley talks about it all the time. I mean, college football, especially this season, shows you that anyone can get beat. Any game can go any way. I mean, we've seen tons of upsets this year in particular, and we believe that we're a good team. We believe we're a special team, and we've never really strayed from that even after the losses. We know that we can win the next 2 games, and we're going to do the best we can to do so.
All right, so we've run a graphic right here. You have not allowed a sack this season and only 2 pressures in 528 snaps. Now, that's some real-life Jason Baum stuff right there. Here's the other thing. You played 783 snaps last year. So I'm not great at math. It's well documented on this show. Zion, you're working on 1,200 snaps of football in the last couple of years. I mean, you've become one of the top offensive linemen, in particular at guard, in the country. What's all that mean to you at this point here in the last 2 years?
I mean, it feels great, especially that our O-line is, having some success. I've been with Alec, Tyler, and Ben for the last 2 years since I transferred from Davidson. And, Christian came in last year. And it feels great to just go out and be able to play with my guys. And then on top of that, Coach Applebaum being our coach, mentioned before, he was my offensive line coach my freshman year at Davidson. Mm-hmm. So it just feels really, really good to have the opportunity to, play with my guys, to, have some success as an O-line and, do our best every Saturday.
Son, we've had a really great relationship with Jeff Hafley since he joined the league. What are the differences that he brings to this program? What was the buy-in? I mean, obviously, what you guys went through last year with no positive COVID tests, I thought was just an incredible achievement. I'm not even talking about wins or losses, but it told me about the buy-in of this team. What is it about Jeff Hafley that makes him such a special coach?
I mean, one of the huge things that he talks about is just confidence. Tuning out the noise, having faith in your own ability, have faith in your team, loving the team. And I felt like as a team we've come closer together. We really love each other. We love this program. And because of that, guys are willing to strain harder, to fight harder, to win for each other, not just for themselves. And that's really something special and something that I hadn't really seen until we had Coach Hafley.
All right, you mentioned your offensive line, and we were talking during the break. Now, Alec has been on here a couple times. We've gone through the whole, working on the grill deal and all that. You mentioned Petrula. I think he started somewhere just shy of 100 games at Boston College in his career. You got Vrabel, and you're talking about Mahogany. So take us through kind of how the concert of you guys works, because it's great team play. But it also it looks like a wide group in terms of personalities too.
Yeah, so I kind of mentioned to you guys earlier, our strength coach Tooze, kind of came up with this little thing. We're protecting the VIP, which is Phil or Dennis, whoever the quarterback is, and me and Christian, we're the guards, so we're the bodyguards. We're protecting them. We're on the front lines protecting that VIP. And then we got the bartenders on the outside. We got Tyler and Ben. And, they have a little bit more of a technical role, but just as important. And then we've got Alec, who's the manager. He's making the IDs, making the points, telling us where to go. So we kind of came up with that. But even on a deeper level, like you said, each guy has their own personality. Like I would say, Christian and Alec to me are kind of the most, the biggest personalities. They're really fun guys, guys that, are going to make you laugh. And, we have lots of fun in the room. Ben is like an older guy. I don't know, he's played a lot of snaps. So a lot of the young guys look up to him as a mentor. He's played a lot of football at Boston College and he's very knowledgeable. And then Tyler, even though he's played a lot of football, he still has that youthful spirit. I feel so lucky to be able to play next to him, and he's a great guy. I'm glad to have him back.
That is the true definition of team. Yeah. That's what that is. I mean, It really is. I mean, you talked about how much fun it is playing with these guys and what Hafley's been able to bring, and you guys have never been closer. It looks that way when you're playing, to be honest with you, Zion. Seriously, you guys, even though October was a rough month, man, you guys are flying high in November, and I get a sense that, hey, whether it be Florida State or Wake Forest next week, they're going to have their hands full when they play you.
Hey, we're going to play as hard as we can.
All right. I want to drift into a conversation here that I saw at the bottom of your bio. You are 6'3", 315, according to the website. But at the bottom of your bio at Riverdale Baptist, it says member of high school golf team. Now, yes. I want to know how the high school golf team thing went for Zion Johnson. First of all, were we anywhere near 6'3" and 318 when we were on the high school golf team?
Yeah, not even close. Not even close. I'm pretty sure my freshman year of high school, I was maybe 5'9", 5'10", maybe 190 to 200 pounds. And then I played golf 8th grade to junior year. My junior year, I was probably around 6'1", 6'2", 220 pounds, and I played my senior year at around 225 to 230 pounds. I played right tackle. That really came about just because I had a bus driver that always told me, you're a pretty big, strong guy. Like you should try to play on the football team. And my mother always preached to me, you should always give something a try because you don't want to look back in life and say, hey, if I took this opportunity, maybe I would have found something I enjoyed. So I tried out for the team, and in that time, it kind of felt like, a long shot, and I had some success. Played my senior year, and then was able to go to Davidson. And from there, ended up here.
When's the last time you played golf?
Man, I played over the summer, and let's just say I'm a lot more. My swing is not the same anymore. There's a lot in the way. I'll say that.
You mean that weight distribution in the back foot at the top that doesn't quite work the same? Is that what you're telling me?
It's definitely not the same.
Yeah, you just got to hit those 3/4 shots now, Zion. You just hit those little bump and runs, man. You'll be good to go on that deal.
Now, I got to tell you, we're occasionally on the ACC network here, Zion. We're looking for content. In fact, I think, Lindstrom at the grill is already something that, could potentially be a content item, if you will. But I got to tell you, if I could get you at the local Top Golf somewhere, or if I could get you on a driving range at 6'3" and 320, I think there'd be some content there, to be honest.
Hey, I'm trying to get back into it, so no doubt.
I will tell you this: I'd put Top Golf on the shelf. I would. I think I'd concentrate on that NFL draft thing.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Here's what I want to get into though with you. You've already got your degree, but I was reading that you are now in the Woods College of Advancing Studies with a focus on cybersecurity policy and governance.
Whoa.
Explain to us what that entails.
So, pretty much, my undergrad, I did computer science, and when I chose to come back, I was really looking for a master's program that I could really use my technical skills to really move forward with a new degree. And the Woods College offers, a cybersecurity policy class, well, not class, major, that has the ability for me to use my coding experience in, some classes that are about hacking and, threat actors, various things that, have to do with cybersecurity for businesses. And I felt like after going through the classes they offer, that this was the best major for me to choose for my master's program. And since then, I've gotten to dip into a lot of different topics in cybersecurity. The major is cybersecurity policy, so you get to learn a lot about the policy parts, about certain law terms, international cybersecurity, and, a lot of interesting things that a year ago I had no idea about. But, I feel like the major has really helped me learn a lot, and, it's been great.
I tell you what, that's impressive because I can't even remember what the password is in my phone. So the fact that you're breaking this all down for me is going right over the top of my head. Well, that leads us to our question. Since you're making your debut on Packer and Durham, our traditional question: since you've been at BC, what has been your hardest class?
It has absolutely been a class called abstract math, I think that was the name of it. I took it when I first got here, my first semester, and little known fact, when I was at Davidson, I was a double major in math and computer science. And then when I transferred to BC, the credits didn't stack up. I kind of had to choose one, and I chose, computer science. So I was in a class called abstract math, and the whole class, there are barely any numbers in the whole class, which a lot of people would be scared about. So basically you would be, one question would be like, you add an odd number with the even number, prove the fact that every number you would get from that equation would be an odd number. And you couldn't just use one case. You couldn't just say like, okay, 7 plus 2 is 9. That proves the fact. You have to prove it for every single number that exists. And there would be certain things called proofs you would have to use to do that. So it was a very hard class, and I spent a lot of time in office hours.
Yeah. I'd have said, hey, professor, how about an abstract A? That's what I'd have said to him.
I got care, Zion. Again, my math on this show's been well documented, but I would offer this. The abstract math, I'd have checked out. I'd have found something else on that route. Man, oh man, holy cow.
telling
And
me.
an odd and an even, improve everything's an odd.
Yeah, over our heads on
All
that.
right.
Listen,
Hey.
keep up the great work, man. We have loved watching you play, and I know you still got some unfinished business at BC, but your career ahead of you, my man. You have got a fantastic future. We wish you nothing but the best.
Glad to be here, and thank you.